with Night Shift, we have kind of like a fresh set of people doing films. We have the China Brothers. We also have a lot of fresh faces, maybe people they've never really seen before. But we also have kind of a familiar story. So this one came out just a couple weeks ago in March. It's a 2020 horror film. Something of your avenue, psychopaths in hotel rooms.
I mean, every time I check in, there's at least one.
Right.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the show. I'm one of your hosts, Kyle Goethe from GoatFilmReviews.com.
I'm Nick from the St. Paul Filmcast. Thanks for watching. Thanks for finding us. And the loyal fans, sincerely, thank you for continuing to support the show. Hey, another way you can support the show, join the Patreon. Check out the Patreon for some great content, great deals, and opportunities to tell us what movies we can review on future episodes. And both Kyle and I are members of the Minnesota Film Critics Alliance. Do we have to give out our mid-year top 10s?
I don't think so, but hey, why not?
Why not?
Maybe we'll do that for the Patreon.
Hey, if you do a Patreon, we do. Check out that webpage for critics' reviews as well as ours. And today we're talking about Night Shift.
All right. So when Gwen starts a potential new job running the night desk at a remote motel,
Oh, of course.
she immediately suspects that something is off. Is it ghosts, an entity from her past, or something far more sinister?
All right, so we know we're going to get into some motel mayhem.
At least a motel.
This stars Phoebe Tonkin. If you haven't done the Google search yet, this is somebody really new to me.
I know she was in Babylon. I think she was in the vampire show on CW, The Originals.
Okay.
But I never watched that. So.
And then Lamorne Morris.
Lamorne Morris is in this movie.
Right.
Winston, baby.
He just playing it really that one note, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Nothing's gonna freak him out, and nothing's gonna shock him.
Mm-hmm. We needed about 80 more minutes of Lamorne Morris in this film. When he disappears 5 minutes in, it kind of broke my heart a little bit.
And we have somebody really new to me, Madison Hugh.
Yeah, she was in The Boogeyman last year, that Stephen King adaptation. She did pretty solid in that film. Her characters wasn't written all that well in that film, so.
And then we have Patrick Fleshler, who's been, I think you've seen him on Veep. He had the tuxedo, and he's just a very loud character. He does loud characters well. And then we had Christopher Denham, and if you've seen Oppenheimer, he's just one of those pencil pushers that you've seen in the movie.
Yes,
in Oppenheimer. So very much a fresh kind of a cast here, and a very familiar story of a woman doing the night shift at a hotel and eerie things happening. I would venture to say if you're going to teeter on cliches, but I would say for me, I really enjoy how it's shot. It's really kind of an interesting perspective. There's not a lot of camera movement, but of course when you make an independent B movie, there's not an opportunity to do that. But there's a lot of focusing, channeling from her back to the bells. Also kind of like you just turn the eeriness of the swing sets moving, my swing set moving, which obviously we know that you're handing behind the bush and poke the stick. And
yeah. I can criticize a lot about the film, but production design, lighting, camera work, pretty solid.
All right, so I thoroughly enjoyed this movie.
I did not.
Okay.
My biggest problem with it is the fact that I felt there was really nothing new being brought to the table here. A lot of times when you're making these films and you've got your directorial debuts, you're going to have to stick to things like single locations, like less characters is better, and kind of really scaling that stuff back. I didn't find that our lead character, Gwen, was all that interesting. I felt like I kind of screen wrote the whole film 5 minutes in, and then everything just kind of hit those cliche buttons on the way out.
Yeah.
I just wish there was more meat to surprise me, because the film, when you make a film with a twist, you got to make the twist work, and I feel like the twist never really hit for me, because it made me second guess a lot of her choices.
And I really enjoyed this movie. I really did. I understand when you're making an independent B movie horror, you got to hit the strokes of what you expect. If you're going to do all-out bizarre, then you're going to stray some audiences. You want to hit some familiar territories, especially for a movie like this. I do see a lot of talent with this. I want to see what they want to do next. I do like the flip. I do like it. It's kind of the candy color at the end. I really enjoy it. I understand that people are like, well, it's cliche written, but cliches come from somewhere that we enjoy. A lot of people are going to cite Psycho with this. I actually really kind of think more like Identity with this more.
Yeah, the Psycho thing really comes down to we are set at a hotel kind of a thing. It's more about place than it is about anything else. And I feel like the cliches are fine when you don't have 20 of them. My problem with this is that it just felt like every cliche led to the next cliche. Every stock character led to the next stock character. And there was really no ingenuity in between them. Of course, you can have cliches and things because cliches are brought out of society. They're brought out of the repetitious things that people do on a day-to-day basis. But when you hit the beats as if you're playing a song you've heard 1,000 times, then there was just nothing really that drew me through to the end of the film.
So, he's tired of it, and I'm not going to be tired of it. I really enjoy it.
I'll take more Lamorne Morris.
All right, and it's easy to pick on an independent B movie, but I really enjoy that. Like I said, if you're really going to do something, I really see talent in this. I really do.
I think it's well shot. I do. I think it's
Yeah.
well shot. I think it's good to production design, but I really struggle with nothing new there. And I think that Phoebe Tonkin, I think she makes the most of her time. I really like Madison Hugh for what she's doing with the film because she is that kind of character that every time we see her, we're recontextualizing her. When we see her initially in the film, we see her with red on her fingertips holding the door, and so immediately our mind goes to one thing. I like those two characters and what they had. I liked the interaction that they had again. I'm going to bring him up again. Lamorne Morris, every time he's in the film, I think he adds a little shot to the film. And Christopher Denham, he pops up and he doesn't have a lot of time in the film.
No.
I think if they had zigged instead of zagged, I think his character would have been pretty dynamic to it.
Yeah, and I really appreciate it. I understand that you're working in these kind of psychological thriller dramas that you eventually have to hit somewhere notes and you have to hit the right strokes at the right time. And for me, that's fine.
Yeah. But look at this comparison to what we have with Late Night with the Devil, the film we recently covered. That's a single location as well. That's not a ton of performers. I mean, there's a lot of people in the stands watching the show, but there's not a ton of performers there, but it's still a film that we've never seen done in that way before.
Yeah, and I understand this movie doesn't take its... There's a little bit of keystrokes of campiness to it. You have this bear on the wall stuff and falling down. And you have the music of a little campy. I thought it was going to go dread serious, and then I realized that this is more of like, let's play the notes of a camp. And I like it. And for somebody that likes all the Friday the 13th that are cliche, and then you did...
To be fair, Friday the 13th never tries to sell you on a twist, though. They never try to sell you with these reveals and these machinations as they go. They give you a meal. You've had it before, but they give it to you and say, this is what you're going to eat again. I think this is one where there just wasn't enough uniqueness to the film at any one point. You know, you go to a Friday the 13th film, you're getting that buffet. You're getting exactly what you want there. But this is a movie that I feel like just doesn't shine in any of the unique characters. The best of the Friday the 13th films have good cannon fodder. The worst ones don't.
I'm completely opposite. I do like all the set designs. I like the feature. The camera work is very well done. I do like the whole setting of her Primatic. And, of course, like you said, you like certain cliches over and over again. And this one you don't.
Yeah. It's just too many at once for me. Yeah. But I appreciate, hey, it's hard to make a movie and $500,000 budget over 17 days. You made some smart choices being in one location.
Yeah. There's really good talent with this one that I've seen. A lot of other movies, this has high potential.
The budget is spent well because $500,000 I would have expected it to be a couple million at least because it does look like a more expensive movie.
Yeah.
All right. Any other thoughts on Late Night or Late
No, I
Shift,
highly recommend
Night
it.
Shift?
It's a psychological thriller, independent B movie. And if you want to rip it to shreds because there's too many cliches in it, that's fine.
Yeah, that's just thought. Yeah. All right. What do you guys think about Night Shift? Let us know your thoughts down in the comments section below. Are you excited to see the next film from the China brothers? I believe they're brothers, Paul and Benjamin. Let us know what you thought about it down there and where it ranks with your 2024 film reviews so far. Once again, you can find all of my film reviews over at goatfilmreviews.com.
I think you find Night Shift on Amazon Prime right now if you have an opportunity to see it.